Hey, friend, you have a dream inside your heart. You have a dream that makes you come alive. Some might even call it a calling. And I would even say that if that dream can help make the lives of other people better, it's actually a gift from God. But who are you to start a business anyway? Well, we're going to talk about that today. And see, I believe that dream in your heart, that idea swirling around in your head, it's that idea to create more good in the world. That's from God, no doubt. Now, you don't want to be the richest person in the world, and you're not seeking ultimate power or ultimate wealth. You just want to do work you love that makes a difference in the lives of others. Now, there's good news, my friend. There has never been a better time in history to build a business you love. With just a smartphone and internet connection, you can reach almost anyone, anywhere in the world, just like that. And we need you. The dream inside of you needs you. People who desperately need what you have to offer need you. And the time is ripe to build a business you love and help people live better lives. However, there's a problem, and it's the lie of not enough. This lie runs in our head. You are not blank enough. You are not thick enough. You are not thin enough. You are not rich enough. You are not poor enough. You are not young enough. You are not old enough. You are not smart enough. You are not plain enough. You are not driven enough. You are not enough. That's what the lie tells us. Now, it's a treacherous lie. It's rooted in insecurity, comparison, scarcity, and fear. And the lie repeats itself so frequently that we can start to believe it. And here's the crazy thing. When we believe the lie of you are not blank enough, we choose to stop moving forward. And finally, we give up, turning what was once a lie inside our heads into a self-fulfilling prophecy inside our lives. Now, fear has a dirty little secret. Getting trapped by the lie that you are not enough is a surefire way to get stuck where you are. Even worse, you'll have a nagging regret, possibly for the rest of your life, because you tried to kill the one thing that makes you uniquely human. You tried to kill your dreams. Now, in most cases, with starting a business, the worst that might happen to you is you lose some time or you lose some money. However, that nagging fear of regret about killing your dreams won't be there anymore because you gave it your all. In fact, Seth Godin, he's an author, he says, the riskiest thing you can do is play it safe. Let me say that again. The riskiest thing you can do is play it safe. So how do we recognize the fears and doubts and how do we move forward to build a business we love? Well, let's take a look. I'm going to show you 5 ways that have helped me in the past get over fear and insecurity and move into building a business that I love and being able to help people through my life. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a counselor, I'm not any of those things. So please, if you have any medical conditions or anything serious, please go see the necessary medical professional. But what I'm about to show you here today are things that I've done that have gotten results that have helped me get past a place of fear and into a place of curiosity, into a place of love, into a place of creating something that matters. So how do we move from fear and lack to love and creation? I'm going to give you 5 quick tips right now. Number 1, connect instead of compare. Connect instead of compare. So much of our not enoughness comes from comparing ourselves to others. We might compare ourselves to people who are 10 years ahead of us. We also have a tendency to compare the best version of others to the worst version of ourselves. In fact, Pastor Stephen Furtick has said, the reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. I'll say that again. The reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes, our worst days, our worst moments, to everyone else's highlight reel, their best days, their best moments. Now, instead of comparing ourselves with others, we need to connect ourselves with God. Remember who He made you to be and who He says you are. You're His child. Also, connect with other people through healthy conversations, healthy relationships. Be interested in their lives and how you might be able to help them. Building real relationships with others gets our minds off of ourselves. And when we stop comparing, we can start connecting. So that's number 1, is connect instead of compare. Now, part 2, talk to your inner critic. That inner critic that says, you are not enough. You are not smart enough. You are not simple enough. You're not young enough. You're not old enough, experienced enough, fresh enough, rich enough, hungry enough. That negative self-talk that goes on inside your head, stop giving it airtime. Turn it off. Stop giving airtime to your inner critic. It's hijacked the conversation you're in your head and holding you back. Instead, here's what Philippians 4:8 says. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, is if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about these things. Think about things that are excellent. Think about things that are praiseworthy. Think about things that are noble, that are true, that are right, that are pure, that are lovely, that are admirable. Focus your mind on what's good. Fix your thoughts. Repeat God's truth and positive affirmations over yourself daily to remind your inner critic who is actually in control. Refuse and reframe the lies that your inner critic tries to shout at you. Now, so number 2 was talk to your inner critic. Number 3, focus on your contribution. What you focus on grows. It's a fact. It can be all too easy to get caught up in what we lack or aren't able to do right now. But when you continually focus on what's missing, you're actually training your brain to identify and remember even more of what you're missing, whether it matters or not. So you want to focus on what you do have. Focus on what you can do. Focus on what is possible and focus on what you can contribute. Now, this is more than just positive thinking. This is science. You are retraining your brain to focus on what is possible, to focus on what is good, to focus on what you can put into the world. So continually focusing on what's possible and what you can create trains your brain to start imagining new possibilities and new solutions and new ideas from moving forward. Create a habit of gratitude and contribution, and you're actually creating a habit of creating more good. All right, number 4 is imagine the future you want for your business. It can be easy to get cynical and discouraged about our direction. Take a breath, be present, and give yourself space to imagine the future you truly want. If anything was possible 12 months from now, what would you want it to look like? A great starting prompt to help with this is, I want to live in a world where, and then finish that statement with as much detail as possible. Create a visual image in your mind of what that future looks like. The more visual and the more detailed you can imagine the future you want, the more inspired and likely you will be to make that future a reality. And finally, number 5, love and accept yourself for who you are right here, right now. Love and accept your life, your business, and your growth, and acknowledge that it is a journey. The faster something grows, the faster it can die. Give yourself the gift of slow, the gift of intentional, the gift of deep growth that will not quickly fade away. Accept your flaws, no matter how big or small they may seem. Remember that your Creator loves you, not for the task you complete, but simply because you exist. You are already infinitely loved no matter what. Stop trying to cheapen it with your own limited strength. Accept your strengths, accept your weaknesses, accept your responsibilities, and accept what you're not in control of. Accept anything that is you and love it completely. Love yourself enough to admit what needs to change. Love yourself enough to give yourself patience and grace for the journey ahead. The beautiful thing is that once you decide to fully love and accept yourself, then it becomes so much easier for you to love and accept others. Give yourself the love and acceptance to try something new. Whether it works out or not, I guarantee that if you build a business that is helping people who are willing to pay for it, you will find yourself doing work you love and making a difference in the world. All right, now again, remember, I'm not a counselor, psychologist, a doctor, any of that kind of stuff. So if you need that, please go find one and see them. But that being said, the tips that I've just outlined for you help most people take steps in a positive direction to build a business they love. And here's a brief recap of what we just talked about. 1, connect instead of compare. 2, talk to your inner critic. 3, focus on your contribution. 4, imagine the future you want. And 5, love and accept yourself. All right, so take your next step. Follow the steps in this video to start answering the question, who are you to start a business anyway? in a positive way. Then imagine what your business could look like 12 months from now, 3 years from now. And then leave a comment below this video about how this has helped you. Also, remember, hit the like button for this video, hit subscribe for the YouTube channel, and hit the bell so that you get notifications about every new video that we put out here. And we're going to keep making these as long as you keep watching them, and follow this to build a business you love, to maximize your impact in the world, and to make a difference. Thank you so much for your time today, and we'll see you in the next video.